Hello. We are going to get started with a read aloud. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read the book Duncan the Story Dragon. I talked about this book this past week, okay? But we're going to talk about a couple of things as we read the book, okay? I first want to talk about the print. So the title of our book is always going to be at the top, at the front of our book, right? The title, okay? Down here is going to be our author, okay? So it is over here and it says Amanda Driscoll is our author, okay? And then the back of our book usually has some pictures, and it says, when Duncan reads a story, his imagination catches fire. Unfortunately, so does his book. So let's go ahead and let's get started. I'm going to pause because we're going to be talking about a couple of things today. We're going to be talking about characters, and we're also going to be talking about the setting of the story. So the characters are the people that are in the story, or the animals that are in the story, right? And the setting is where the story takes place. So we're going to talk about those two things as we read the story, and then I'm going to ask you some questions afterward. All right. Duncan the dragon loved to read. When Duncan read a story, the story came to life. And his imagination caught fire. Unfortunately, so did his book. I just want to finish a book, said Duncan. I need to know what happens. Do the pirates find treasure? Does the captain save the ship? Do aliens conquer the earth? And I want to read those two wonderful words like the last sip of a chocolate milkshake, the end. Duncan tried everything to keep his cool. Really, truly, everything. Okay, so really quickly, let's talk about our setting. We see right now that he's in a bathtub, right? We see that he's maybe at his house with fans, and he's maybe in his kitchen, okay? So these are the places that the story is taking place right now. Our only character that we have seen is Duncan, right? I have an idea, said Duncan. I will find a friend to read to me. So Duncan searched a nearby neighborhood. Hello, friend, he said to the raccoon. Would you please read me this book? So we have another character that showed up. We have the raccoon. Duncan explored an evergreen forest. Hello, friend, he said to a possum. Could you please read me this book? So it just said that we were in a forest, so that is another place that our story, the setting of our story is. Duncan traveled to a faraway farm. Hello, friend, he said to the bull. Will you please read me this book? Yow! I don't think the bull wants to read the book to Duncan. What do you guys think? After searching the entire countryside, Duncan trudged back to his cottage. So we are hearing lots of setting things, right? We hear that he was at a countryside and now he's going back to his cottage or his house. As he hugged his book, a fat tear trickled down Duncan's cheek. It landed with a plop. It dribble-drabbled across the floor, then ran split-splat into a mouse. I also want to show you this picture right here. Let's see if you can read it. What does it look like the mouse is reading? I'm going to read that for you guys in case you can't see it. The Friendly Dragon. That's what the mouse is reading right now. Sad ending? Asked the mouse. I'll never know, said Duncan. As Duncan explained his problem, he noticed a twinkle in the mouse's eye. Do you like books? I love books, said the mouse. Would you? Could you? Will you please read me this book? Certainly, said the mouse. So the mouse read to Duncan carefully. Together they battled sea monsters, dodged icebergs, and discovered new lands. They took breaks for roasted hot dogs and toasted marshmallows. Finally, the friends sailed home. Then the mouse read those two wonderful words like the last sip of a chocolate milkshake. The end. But actually, it was only the beginning. Look at the mouse and Duncan, sorry. They're picking out some more books, okay? All right, so that is one of my favorite books. I love Duncan the Story Dragon, and I love the friendship that the mouse and Duncan created, right? And I love that he could read the story so carefully so Duncan didn't get upset, right? And burn his book with his fire. So a couple of things with characters. We met the mouse, raccoon, possum, bull, Duncan. Are there any characters I'm forgetting? Let me know if there is. Also, for setting, we went several different places, right? Duncan was trying to find somebody to read to him, so he went to the countryside, he went to his cottage, he went in an evergreen forest, and then once the mouse was reading to him, he took him different places through the stories, right? They dodged icebergs, they went and saw sea monsters, they did all of these things. So this book is great to show different characters and different places that the story takes place, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this book. I will talk to you later.